Hi, my name is Lynette. I am a career specialist here with the Career Center, a free service of the East Baton Rouge Parish Library. Today, we're talking about how to use Indeed for the job search. So let's get into it. To begin with, let me share my screen. And here we are. So to get to Indeed, once you're in your browser and have that open, you go to the address bar at the top and type in Indeed.com. And here we are. Now, my computer is already set on Baton Rouge, Louisiana, because that's where I'm located. If you're somewhere else, or if you're looking for a job somewhere else, you would type in something different in the where bar. In the what bar, this is where you type in some sort of information about what kind of job you're looking for. Maybe a keyword such as customer service or teacher. For today, I'm going to see what we have in the field of warehouse. Okay, so right now, it says there are 245 jobs in the field of warehouse in the Baton Rouge area. And at the top here, we can see all kinds of different ways we could narrow down those results. So it's pre-selected to within 50 miles of Baton Rouge. I could narrow that down to 25 miles or 5 miles, depending on how much of a commute I'm comfortable with. You can narrow it down by date posted. This is a good way to get to see the most recent jobs. So I'm going to narrow it down to the last 14 days. Anything older than that, I don't want to bother with for right now. You could also narrow it down by salary estimate, although be careful here. Some jobs don't include a salary estimate, so you might accidentally screen those jobs out. You could search by type of job. If you're only looking for a full-time job, for example, you click on that. If you're only looking for part-time, you click on that. You can search by location, depending on whether you only want something in the city or if you're okay with something in a surrounding city. Company, if there's a specific company that you want to apply with. Or you could search by experience level, although keep in mind a lot of the jobs on Indeed are entry-level jobs. So now that we've looked at the different ways we can narrow down our search, which is a feature that I really love, we've narrowed it down to the last 14 days within 50 miles of Baton Rouge warehouse jobs. That leaves us with 86 openings. Let's take a look at these. So the first one we see is a warehouse loader at Domino Supply Chain. It does include the salary estimate, and it has an easily apply option. If we look at the next opening, it's a little bit different. Chemical plant warehouse technician with Petroleum Service Corporation. It does not have a salary estimate listed there, and it does not have an easily apply option. Now, that's okay. That doesn't mean there's anything wrong with it. It just means that if we click on this, it tells us to apply on the company's site. If we click on this button, that means it's going to take us away from Indeed and to the official company website for Petroleum Service Corporation. Click on that, and it takes us here to their official website, and you can apply on their website. And this is good. This is a good, legitimate way to apply because it's the company's official website, so you know if the job's still up here, that means the job is for sure still open and available. But it does mean that you have to go through the entire process of creating an account and filling out an online application. With some job openings, Indeed gives you an easier way. Let's take a look at this one. Order Selector has an easily apply button. If we click on that, we can apply right now on the Indeed website, giving them just a few pieces of basic information and a resume. Let's see what that looks like. Here it asks about your relevant experience. So if you have a job that is relevant to this, you can put that right here as a snapshot of your relevant experience. And then you add your resume. Now, there is an option to apply with your Indeed resume if you have an Indeed account. If not, you can create one. We'll talk about how to do that in a minute, but first, let me simply find a resume and upload it. Resume uploaded. You also have the option to add a cover letter to your application, which I usually do recommend. And you have the option to be notified whenever similar job opportunities pop up on Indeed. This may be a way for you to find out about job openings quickly. Continue. A lot of times when you do the easily apply option, it does ask you to verify your email address. So just check your email, they'll send you a code, send it back to them. And answer some basic questions. And here you have the opportunity to review your application, change anything you need to change, and click apply. Done, your application has been submitted. That was fast. Okay, so this easily apply option is a quick and easy way to apply for positions with Indeed. Next, let's talk about creating an account with Indeed. If you do choose to do so, there are some advantages to doing that. Indeed can save your jobs that you're interested in. It can save the list of the jobs that you've already applied for. It saves a profile that you create with them. So it can be a bit of a way of keeping everything together. Let's see what that looks like. Now I am signing into the Indeed account that we already have. If you don't have one already, you would click the Create Account button at the bottom. Okay, so now I'm signed into my account. If you click the person icon at the top, I can see my profile. Now, this profile includes a resume. This is my official Indeed resume, and when I apply for jobs on Indeed, this is what the person reading the application will see. I do have the option here to remove this resume and profile or to upload a new resume to replace it, which this is something that you can do if you want to replace your information with new information. So a lot of people will use Indeed to create a resume because it does walk you through the process and it's pretty easy to use. However, I would caution you, don't use your Indeed resume except on the Indeed website. Because on the Indeed website, this resume works very, very well. But if you were, for example, to print out this Indeed resume and hand it to someone at a job fair, it's probably not the best choice because the Indeed software kind of limits the way that it's formatted and it doesn't give you much opportunity for customization. It doesn't give you much a chance to really make the document your own. Plus, an Indeed resume is always downloaded as a PDF, not a Word document, which means that if you need to make changes to it, you're going to have a very difficult time to doing so. So if you have an Indeed account, absolutely have an Indeed resume, but we would recommend don't make that your only resume. Some other things to keep in mind if you choose to create an Indeed account: they might ask you to include things in your profile that we'd recommend don't include. They give you the option to include company reviews. See here on the profile where it says My Reviews? This gives you an opportunity to review companies that you've worked for and say what they were like. The problem is this is not confidential, anonymous information, so I wouldn't put it. Same when they ask about your salary history. In my experience, it's a good idea never to talk about money unless you have to. Finally, if you look here at the resume privacy settings, there's the option to have it be public or private. Now, a lot of people say, well, I want it to be public. I want people to be able to find me. But there's a danger there. If your Indeed resume is public, that means people will be able to find you, including very persistent callers who are trying to offer you a type of job that you're not interested in, or trying to convince you to go back to school. We see patrons who get a lot of these kinds of unwanted phone calls when they make their Indeed profile public. So for that reason, we recommend keeping it private. This means that you can still send your resume to any job that you're interested in and apply for, but no one's going to find your resume unless you specifically send it to them. That's the option we recommend. Okay, so in general, Indeed.com is an excellent resource to search for jobs online. However, as our final caveat, I want to say, while Indeed is a great resource, it should not be your only resource to search for a job. The best way to search for and find job openings is to use your network. Talk to the people that you know, because they can tell you about job postings that you won't find on Indeed. So, networking is best, but Indeed can be a good backup strategy. That concludes today's video. If you enjoyed this, please like this video on our YouTube channel, and if you'd like to see more content from us like this, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much.